Hello all, this will be a tutorial for Mid America Roleplay's CAD system. To start off with, you can peer your way to the active units section where we have all of the units that are active 10.8 and alongside yourself. In order to go 10.8 with the rest of the units, you right click yourself and toggle your duty. Going to recent calls, you can see all of the recent calls. If you peer your eyes over to the warrant section, you have all of the active warrants right here. Right-clicking it, you can view the profile of the person. Returning back to the dashboard, you can also view the incident number that this warrant falls under, seeing the reason of it, seeing that it is a warrant, the criminals and officers involved. Returning to the dashboard section, you can also see the bulletin board full with generally important messages from your higher ups in your departments or neighboring departments. Peering your eyes over to the profile section, this is where you will search up people's names. If you are on a traffic stop and you get the ID of Daniel Cooch, you will get the person, their citizen ID, their name, their date of birth. If they have been arrested and had their fingerprint taken before, it will be here. Their phone number, profession, where they live, and their image will be here. User information can also be found if notes are made by fellow colleagues. You can see all of their legal vehicles up here by the licenses. If something is green, that means they have it. So it can be seen that Daniel Cooch has both a weapons and a driver's license, but is lacking their business license. They do not have a tag. This is commonly where you are going to find violent or armed and dangerous properties, the places they own. That can be residences, businesses, etc., etc. Galleries, just pictures regarding them. Convictions would be tickets, arrests, etc., etc. But all of the charges a person would have would be under this section. If this is empty, they have a clean record. Returning back to that menu, you see Show Incidents, the report from that incident. You can right-click it. It will open the incident. Basically shows you what happened and other relevant information. Moving on to the incident section, we have all of the reports from tickets and arrests. You can see here, our most recent one was a robbery 13 minutes ago, unfinished. We'll go to the next one. This is where you're going to put the name of the incident. This is what shows here. It should include the time of incident, date of incident, the primary officer, a short summary, secondary officer with their summary, the suspect or civilian involved, and then a picture of them, the evidence stash, the firearms related to the crime, and any items and vehicles related to the crime. In this section here, it will be your other remarks that are not relevant to the rest of this. Could be pretty much anything. This section is purely related to their sentencing and fines with the charges involved. Here you can see the officers involved. You can add officers using the plus menu in your keyboard. generally only need to search for their first or last name, and you will get an array of people to choose from. In order to add civilians, these will be your witnesses or any civilians that were injured. It's the plus. You press plus, and it's the same system for both civilians and criminals. Rick Toretto being a citizen involved, this is to be left alone aside from the processed button if you have processed the criminal. Scrolling down, you see the charges. Right-clicking below to modify the charges. To modify the charges, you select the ones you'd like to add. These being your misdemeanors and infractions and felonies, all combined under one list. Returning back to the underlying menu, you will find your recommended fine, your recommended sentence, and the fine and sentence that was decided upon. You use both of these buttons to jail and fine your criminals. With that being said, before you press the jail button, they must be out of cuffs because our jail system does not undo the cuffs. Reports will not be used for any reason. This is going to stay empty. We use incidents for everything. Map is a feature that does not function right now, though you can see all of the calls here. Peering your eyes to the bolo section, we have all of the active bolos. You can see who created them and when they were created here. And you can also see the title, plate, owner of vehicle, and the individual wanted. Roster and SOP are both features that do not work in our CAD system. So the next section we'll be covering is the DMV. Going to the DMV, this is the section you will run plates in. Running a plate, pressing enter, or searching the vehicles will give you the spinning wheel. You just give it a second to think about what you've told it to do. This is the vehicle we searched. It gives you the plate, the owner, the sedan, the class of vehicle it is, the make and model, and an image if had. Notes on the vehicle can be found here, and the known information, again, red means it does not have. You can edit, you cannot. Going to weapons, you can run weapon serial numbers here. You can find its serial number, whomever it is registered to, its model, its class, and image. If you cannot find it in its section, it is not a legal weapon. Going down to cameras, you can see all of the cameras in real time for each store, bank, or jewelry store that happens to have it. Going to the Grove Street Ltd, you can see the entire store, the clerk. You get a date and time as well. Returning back to the CAD, you see that's all we have to cover. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking your time to watch this and enlighten yourself. Thank you for your time.